Welcome back to the video podcast that is broke as a monkey flippin' joke. The Disinformed After Dark video companion podcast to the Disinformed podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Shane.
Whoa. I'm John.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Courtney.
Welcome back, friends and neighbors. We're happy to have you here on a soon-to-be demonetized edition.
Yeah, I'm going to say there's no way this one's... I don't think we can get through this clean.
Bets are in, but there's going to be a significant amount of scrot being shown here.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, you're our YouTube guru. How long do I have to wait into the episode before I can start throwing around scrot bombs?
It depends on
1
how
minute.
important we are.
Okay, so we can just do it now.
I mean, we got to be monetized for us to be demonetized. It's like our running joke here. So,
Thanks, Michael.
yes,
So we could have done it last week.
most likely.
So for those of you who were tuned in to this week's episode of the Disinformed podcast, you will know that Courtney was our first ever guest presenter, and she had a very scintillating topic that required a lot of visual material to be shown. And so we're going to dive into that here momentarily. But John had something that it sounded like he was going to butt in with.
Oh, no, I was going to say something similar. So I'm just excited to see... I'm excited to see pictures.
As per usual.
I don't really like to read. So.
John's going to move his equipment into the restroom in order for him to fully enjoy the experience in his normal fashion. And
Yeah, I need dual screens on, like, while I'm on the pooper.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
sorry for the bidet. Anywho,
I'm not.
for those who are completely uninitiated and you have stumbled blindly into this weird alleyway full of disformed figures, we're happy to have you. But this is a companion video cast to our podcast, which gets released and flees from your preferred podcast provider app every single Monday. And we are here on the Tubes of You every Wednesday and Friday. On Wednesdays, we do a fun fanfic read where we are presently enacting the Hogwarts School of Prayer and Miracles. And I assure you, it is delightful.
It is fun, if not a little painful.
Just be sure
Very
that you ask.
spiritual.
Be sure you ask your husband for permission before you watch.
Right. Speak when spoken.
Amen.
Speak when spoken.
Yes.
So a wheel will be chatting with us later on. And then, Ka is a wheel. Every single freaking Friday, you can find us here desperately trying not to be crass for Disinformed After Dark. Both of these wonderful shows air at 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Mountain Tab.
One more time. One more time for the fans.
Mountain Time.
Ooh,
I can
thanks.
feel Jonah creaming his little tiny beans.
Wow.
2 steps away from Howard Stern right
He's
now.
got a case of the vapors.
Sit down on the speaker, baby. Here we go. Mountain Town. Did you feel it? Did you feel it at home?
Are you feeling
All
it
right.
now,
That was
Mr.
always
Krabs?
here for. I'm going to go now.
And
All
I
right,
was
thank
Courtney.
Sorry, I may have peed a little bit just from the effort. So
That's just because I've lost control of my bladder.
what we also do here is we dive into Chuck Klosterman's hypotheticals. So stick around for that so we can just bore you out of your mind. I'm looking at you,
Ooh-wee.
Michael. But Courtney, tell us more about Fapachu.
Thanks, Kane. Yeah, I have.
It's a good
One.
bit. It's evergreen.
Our group of
Let
friends.
me.
don't
Can
think
I?
we'll
Can
ever
I
say
share
that
my
word
screen again?
You can. I
we-
have given you permission. Just like a good man do.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Oh,
Let me.
man.
Let me get this ready to roll.
Mm.
All
You guys
right.
made fun of me.
Just don't ask me where you want it to be placed. That's not appropriate.
Oh my god.
You're welcome. The
Oh,
both of
there
you
we
are
go.
just sitting there slack-jawed and staring, so I
Yeah,
had to try
couldn't
to
come up
insert
with
something.
anything. Yeah.
And as
I
I've proven,
lost
I
this.
am not adept at that practice.
This is a very, very sensual week.
well,
This is a sexy podcast. What
this
do
is
you
a
want?
very sexy podcast.
John, it's all that ball cleavage you've been
It's
showing
that big
us.
Yeah.
Tanuki energy.
That floof. So
All
much.
right.
Hashtag opening. Yeah.
So
So
there's
you-
a big furry beast on this screen that is not me.
I definitely see the
He's got some more
Dog.
hair than you. So yeah, so this is a Tanuki.
You said this is a winter Tanuki.
Winter Tanuki. He likes the snow times.
Winter is
He
coming.
does. He's a good boy.
Winter.
He's very cute.
Oh, he's such a boy.
John, compose yourself.
Did you want to name him or anything before we moved on, John?
Steve.
Steve?
That's
Oh.
definitely a name.
Why did it stop working? No.
Oh no.
What is all this porn?
Sorry.
This is a children's program.
YouTube loves us.
Okay.
This is my favorite
Well, hold
one.
on.
Wait. We gotta
Yeah,
go back to
gotta
this
go back.
first.
We
Man,
can't
Oh
this-
shit.
we can't
this-
go right into the
Oh no.
ball energy.
So-
Oh no. What
So,
did I do?
Congrats, Courtney broke the wall first. Means that some of us are still in the running for losing this week's competition.
Oh, okay.
I'm
This
doing
is a
better
summer.
after
This
that.
is a summer Tanuki. You guys saw
Hey.
him earlier. He's very
Yes.
cute.
And this
And-
slideshow is like John; it just cannot control itself.
Just can't stay up.
You know, some of the pictures came too early. I feel like John would understand.
I definitely understand what this podcast, this presentation's about.
I understand this podcast.
So here is me pre-shower.
Oh, Shane, you made a really important distinction, or maybe it was Courtney on the actual episode this week. That's not its legs.
No, those
No.
are his testicles.
Yes, and
There we go.
in discussing with Melissa, she said, "Oh, the big-tailed creature," and I had to break her heart a little bit and be like, "No, it's a lot of testy talk," and so I'm sure that she will also be tapping out on this week's episode.
Scrotes my goats.
All right, let's get into the good stuff.
Yes, please. This is what
Scrotus
Shane
has left
described
the
on
building.
episode.
Yes. So for
I-
those of you that wanted to see sack warfare,
I've been to the Field Museum and I wasn't particularly moved, but if I would have seen this picture hanging up, I think I would have changed my mind.
I would have cried.
who were you feeling?
Tears of joy.
Everyone, but preferably those nuts.
D's
That's
nuts?
really the beauty of it is that this is from the 1800s. Like this is way before its time, truly. Like mad respect for Japan and the art that they've
Oh,
been
for
doing
sure.
for
Oh
years.
yes, they have been pornography progenitors for decades, and we've known this.
I was gonna say, let's see if we can just get this pulled. You know,
We have much to learn.
So, anyways, I told you about fishing. So this is this guy over here. This is his scrotum that they're fishing with.
So we had said we were going to discuss testicular torsion on this week's episode, and I believe this
Oh.
is the illustration.
The only question I have is where are the other Tanukis? Like, where are their other money bags?
In the water.
Oh,
Yeah, they're in the water attracting the fish. So I mean, like if sushi is like
Got it.
something you enjoy,
I could use
Yeah.
some good sushi right now.
that is crazy. It's just fascinating.
Like John, just waiting on a big mouth bass to float by.
Oh,
this
hopefully
is
they're-
a raincoat Tanuki. As you can see, he is very dry.
So dehydrated.
How dry do you want it?
like a desert.
That is the Ben Shapiro Tanuki.
And how?
This is probably my favorite picture of fighting Tanukis,
Oh,
if we're
whoa.
being honest.
That is.
This is actually, I would say this is a great picture for the podcast in general. The three men being crushed by the scrotum, that's you guys, and I'm like the lady in the background, just like, oh, I can't
I
watch
thought
this.
you were the scrotum.
This is gonna be our season 3 picture.
Just demurely
yourself.
looking away.
Like,
I'm the
oh
scrotum.
God, no, I can't look.
I have actually seen John make the face of the gentleman in the, upper left. That's the thing,
Any of the two on the left, yeah, I've made those faces for sure.
without question.
Oh boy,
think this next one's my last one. Yeah.
there's so.
Oh my god.
So this is how many there are around Japan. Like
Are these your pictures?
no, so they're not. I did not take the time to go through my vacation photos for you guys. It's just not worth my time.
Mm.
But
Fair.
I basically they're everywhere. These friggin' statues are in front of every business. But the one that's the reality picture here, that is a actual taxidermied Tanuki, and as you can see, their testicles aren't actually like that. That's full on part of the lore.
Oh, I thought what it was standing on was its testicles.
Yeah, me too.
My bad. Whoops.
But texticle me.
The
My
testicles.
testicles.
So I know that
It's a
you explained like
texticle
some of the
mill.
lore, but you just gotta imagine that like one person saw this larger than life scrote bag on a
Yeah.
Tanuki. It was
Mhm.
like, that's canon.
This is canon.
My favorite ones that we've seen is actually, if you see over in the picture of the statues in the bottom left-hand corner, the one that's laying down,
And it's just dangling there.
Just
like that
sunning.
one's just like he's just living his life,
Chilling,
and
bro.
that's
Just fucking-
that's
That-
really what
it's a-
I'm
it's a
about.
good mood.
And so
Um,
John's now
yep.
second one down on the
Yep,
run.
down.
So Survivor, the home game. See who can actually make it through this episode without
So Courtney,
cursing.
the statue that you were trying to buy,
Yeah.
also here for you guys.
Oh no.
This is what I was mentioning on the episode as
no.
well.
I feel like you could just,
Oh,
Yeah.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
you
Randy's
could
a
you could probably just throw some clay at home and mold your own for those of you who are potters.
I mean, yeah, that's very fair.
And that was not just a weirdly timed joke. That was also a Sigourney segue, because today's special, marvelous hypothetical is mystical clay.
Oh,
Yes.
so on theme.
I do my level best, particularly when it's testicularly themed. It's not hard to stay on topic.
Mhm.
Nuts. So,
Oh,
here we are. Is everyone prepared mentally for
Never.
the nonsense
never,
that this
yeah.
fool's going to throw at us?
It's not about testicles. I'm not interested.
If it doesn't have two paragraphs saying the exact same thing before a point is made in two sentences, I'm not interested.
You just bloody wait, my friend. I am sure he will fulfill your needs. A major earthquake occurs in California. After the damage is assessed, workers discover a strange type of clay that was exposed by the fault line. Immediately, certain workers report a bizarre sensation. Merely touching the clay gives them a euphoric, almost sexual sense of well-being. They only need to touch it once to feel great forever. Soon, thousands of people begin flocking to the clay to experience it. About 1 in 4 people feel the euphoric effect, regardless of gender, age, or nationality. Well, thank goodness for that. The rest of the populace feel nothing at all. So this is the sex life of most females, apparently.
Amen.
Oh.
Scientists who study the atomic structure of the clay realize this substance could also serve as the cleanest, most completely efficient fuel ever discovered. For instance, 1 pound of clay could power all of Los Angeles for 10 years. However, those who have been personally and spiritually affected by the clay implore the government not to pursue this avenue. They insist that using the clay as energy will destroy mankind's ability to feel joy. They cannot explain what this means, but they overwhelmingly and specifically suggest that this is literally what will happen. And if the election this year has proven nothing, this is plausible. In fact, many of them claim they will attempt to overthrow the United States government if the clay is misused in any way whatsoever. So the question, friends and neighbors, you are in the second term of your tenure as the president of the United States. I can tell you who you're not. The clay has no effect on you whatsoever. So this is still true. Would you support an initiative that allows 5% of the clay to be mined?
Yes.
Also, yes.
Global warming, motherfucker.
I survived. I win nothing.
I feel nothing.
Just like I did when I touched the clay.
Ooh. Bummer.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I mean, that was part of the, multi-paragraph explanation and all that.
so it said it made you feel what, sexually?
It is absolute euphoria.
Okay, so it's not specific to people that have sexual
It
feelings. I was
gives
thinking
them-
about Asher.
Well, it
It
says it gives a
is
euphoric,
almost.
almost sexual sense of well-being.
so
You're just, flying high on a handful of LSD.
so unless you're asexual.
I mean, even then, if you're asexual, you are still feeling euphoria. It is actually probably the one and only thing that gets you to a sense of sexual awareness or arousal.
Yeah.
So
And
it
just
would
to
be
per-
even more important to those individuals who do not feel these things organically.
I want to keep Asher around. I changed my answer. No, I will not sign the initiative. I want to protect Asher.
Well, I mean, they did say only 5% of the clay, so there's still plenty for people to slap on.
Why'd you have to use that term?
It's just slathering it on their face like Mrs. Doubtfire with a cake.
But it's no, I literally just see what
It's thankfully Zoom is blocking out that noise. And
Yep.
I couldn't be happier.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm a big yes on this one. I think that the common good is better than most people getting off.
Well, I heard that the clay
Almost
can give
getting
people
off.
autism.
I'm still for it. Because implying that people are better dead than autistic is pretty messed up in my opinion.
I don't know, Courtney. I heard that people that touch the clay, sometimes they have epileptic episodes. I just don't trust where the clay came from.
I don't like where this is going.
I don't like it either. I'm going to nix this because if you're an anti-vaxxer, I don't want your support.
Can we cut? Oh wait, no, we can't. 'Cause this is live. Well,
I just like that I'm in a room with people that when I can do that bit, it gets so uncomfortable because we all very much so disagree. What?
bruh.
What's that face?
How do we
Well,
disagree?
As we talked
We
about
disagree.
this
We're
earlier
all-
this week,
we're all
John,
anti-vax.
Right.
the fact that you have slept with Becky is the reason that she can safely get the vaccine. So
Right. Oh, what was that exact thing that you you mentioned?
if you,
Mia?
it was like if you've ever slept
With
with
a dude in a band.
the dude in a band, like you don't need to worry about what's in the vaccine.
Yeah. I felt seen.
Okay.
Anywho,
So everyone,
Michael's just upset because he's not safe.
so we have 2 yeses and a no.
I am going to, as per usual, take a little bit of a different trajectory here. I am the second term president of the United States, which means I have absolutely no objection whatsoever to essentially taking a despotic stance and saying, no, I'm going to use more than 5%. As a matter of stern fact, I'm going to consolidate all of this clay into the United States coffers and no one gets it until I bloody well say so. And furthermore, I can do a lot with the world and I beg for your insurgency, you mouth-breathing hashtag to a simple sons of slitches. Because there are drones that will systematically exterminate and eradicate your gun-carrying carcasses from this country. They will find you, and you won't have anything that will actually be able to combat them, in spite of your limited consciousness. I hate to break it to you. You're not going to survive. So please, uprise. Give me
And-
insurgency. I beg for it, because we get to decrease the surplus population in one fell swoop and raise our intelligence levels. So I'm begging you to bring it. Please. I don't need a teleprompter for this bit. I'm willing to kill all of you.
And that
A
was President
button
Hunt.
press.
That was President Hunt in the Wendy's drive-thru.
Do you have quesadillas, please? I will take the spaghetti basket and genocide.
Honestly, I think President Hunt is really brave for acknowledging the surveillance drones that are formerly known as birds. It's
Yes.
the first time in his presidency that he has acknowledged that out loud.
Yes, the chicken breast will kill us all. So yeah, that would be my response. Is I don't care about human feelings, and quite frankly, I'm begging you to rise up, because yeah, we can do something more productive than this,
You
and
wish
make you feel better. Sorry, human emotions are a lie. Eat more
So-
chocolate. Die faster. You'll make all of us happier.
It's got electrolytes in it. It's got what plants crave.
It's got what plants need.
I couldn't
So
have begged
Shane
for a
is-
better topic. That was
Shane is very
right where I
much
should have
so
been.
President Camacho and Idiocracy.
Shane,
Don't talk
do
about
you
Tony
have
like that.
strong feelings about this topic overall? Like, you
So
seem
Feels
relatively
He was
a lot of
actually
things
he
about
was
Clay.
hurt by Clay as a child.
no, he is one of my favorite characters on Sons of Anarchy, and I was upset that everybody
Your
railed
favorite
against.
character is Clay?
I said he was one of my favorite characters. John.
Speaking of shows,
My favorite would be Bobby Elvis.
my favorite one's the really hot one that they show his butt.
the one that can't act.
I haven't seen
I
it,
don't
but
care.
I
His
agree with
butt's
Courtney.
perfect. What's his name? Charlie something?
Well, we know who's touching the clay now. That's Charlie Hunnam. And
Touch
he
his
acts
clay.
brilliantly because that man has a very thick accent. And anyone, Michael can tell you how difficult it is to fake an American accent when you don't have one.
Ooh-wee.
So I have
Oh.
just dropped my phone. On the topic of TV, this prompt reminded me of a show called Love, Death, and Robots that
Oh,
David
the-
Fincher
the-
worked on. It was, I think it was last year or the year before.
I
But
thought that was
like-
Michael's biography.
Yes. It's a bunch of short film kind of stuff in there, and there's one, and they're all animated, and there's one, it's episode 6, and it's when the yogurt took over, and it's very lighthearted. I think it's less than 10 minutes long, but I recommend you guys watch it if you liked this prompt. It's very, very funny, and worth the time. But also, when this comes out, we will be 2 episodes deep on The Stand.
Some of us will.
I
For
was
those
gonna
that
invite you
enjoy
guys-
CBS All Access.
I was gonna say, if you guys please join me, what it would be like $30 to watch the whole thing overall in real
I'd rather
time. It's
wait
one
until
episode a
it's
week.
done and then do the free.
Oh my god!
I would also second the fact that I do not want to be around your COVID carrying keister.
No, I don't want to watch it with you. I just want to talk about it every
Gonna
week.
sit and hold hands and spit in your mouth while we're doing this.
Don't tease me with a good time.
You're reminding me of what used to be.
Indeed. I
Fine.
am.
Courtney, do you
a
want to talk
sadist.
about The Stand on a weekly basis?
Yeah, sure. I know what that is.
Sweet. It's a spooky film.
It's a verb.
I
It's
don't
just-
do scary things.
You're gonna learn.
John would beg to differ.
John wants my husband. Don't even play.
If all it takes to get your husband is to pretend that he's haunted, to get
Consider me the Ghostbuster Nutbuster here.
yeah,
Ooh.
I am afraid of no ghost.
the ghost of Christmas ejaculate.
The ghost of Christmas Smash. All right. Well, I've proven that the rant was the only time that I could be eloquent for the bulk of this show. It's
You
only
carried the
my
whole thing.
rage that manages to carry off any of my ability to articulate myself.
It is a fun gauge to see deplete and fill up. So
Yes, yes. Well, I believe that is going to put a little cessation to
hell.
the evening's activities. But we thank you all for being here. And if you enjoy your guns, listen. I enjoy shooting things as much as the next person. There's cross stitch to that effect. And so stay tuned.
yeah,
And
Or-
please donate to John's bail fund for his new hobby that
Mhm.
got him arrested in the UK.
if I'm
If
not
you can.
banging tree leaves, I ain't living.
Yeah, John's OnlyFans account is now entitled "Leave Me Alone," so it's really great. Or "You're Barking Up the Wrong Tree" was the other one for his dog account. So altogether, it's just good fun for families because it is a children's themed show.
I only mess with leaves above 18 too, so just make sure you count those
Good.
rings first.
Well, most of the trees
all-
can't sprout prior to that. They're just saplings.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not into saplings. I'm not baby Groot. Over
The
here.
only sapling you're into is Shane. We know this.
Yeah, that's
I
the,
got
uh,
that molasses,
Oh, you beat me to it. That's the only molasses I prefer.
and I am on tap, so it's important to note, like a Canadian maple.
It's
just
hard to
drooling all
to
over
stop
everything.
that tap than it is to start it.
I
That's for
couldn't agree more.
sure.
Been
And
trying to
I'm
cork it for
Michael.
years.
And I'm Michael. And me.
Wow, it's a sapling.
Well, thank you all for being here. We really appreciate you sticking around. And this is how you actually do an Irish accent, in case you're curious. So Michael certainly doesn't know. And none of you will ever find out. So, for Disinformed After Dark, I am Kenton Eldorado.
Thanks, Oi. I'm Timothy Lone Cactus.
Thanks, Sean. And I'm Robert
Just
Greer.
Peener.
Peener.
today.
I refuse.
And I'm Jane Grey, Ghost.
All right, friends and neighbors. We hope that you have enjoyed every little teeny ounce of nonsense that we have done here. And please always remember the admonition to live, laugh, and lie.